It was a bright Tuesday morning. The streets of Mumbai bustled with life, rickshaws honking, vendors shouting, and schoolchildren chatting as they made their way to school. Among them walked Kunal, a 15-year-old boy with a small school bag and a big heart. Kunal's home was a small, single-room flat in a crowded chawl. His father, Ravi, worked hard at a garage nearby. Despite their humble circumstances, Kunal was always cheerful. He believed that no matter how little you had, kindness cost nothing. That morning, Kunal was walking to school, taking his usual shortcut through Patel Road. The sun glared off the tar, and people moved swiftly, trying to avoid the heat. On the other side of the road, Mrs. D'Souza, a 70-year-old retired teacher with gray hair tied in a bun, was trying to cross the busy street. She held a cloth bag filled with groceries. As she carefully placed one foot forward, her slipper stepped on a banana peel carelessly thrown on the pavement. Before anyone could react, her foot flew out from under her, and she crashed onto the road with a painful cry. People around gasped, but no one moved. Some looked away. Others slowed for a moment, only to hurry on. Except Kunal. He saw the fall. Without a second thought, he sprinted across the road, dodging a car and two bikes, and knelt beside her. "Auntie, are you okay? Can you hear me?" he asked, panic in his voice. "Auntie, are you okay? Can you hear me?" he asked, panic in his voice. Mrs. D'Souza groaned. Her leg was twisted oddly, and she looked pale. Kunal didn't wait. He called out to a rickshaw, waved it down, and with help from the driver, carefully lifted the old lady and placed her inside. "Hospital fast. She's hurt badly," he ordered. They reached St. Mary's Hospital in minutes. Kunal stayed with her, filling out forms, calling a nurse, and even offering the 500 rupees his father had given him for books to help pay for the first aid. The doctors told him her leg was fractured, and she would need to stay a few. "Are you a relative?" the nurse asked. "No," Kunal said, "just someone who saw her fall." 3 weeks later, Kunal went back to visit Mrs. D'Souza every other day after school. He would bring her fruits, sit with her, and listen to her stories about how she taught school children for 40 years and how her own children had settled abroad. She had no one here. "You remind me of my son," she often said, her eyes moist. One day, as Kunal got up to leave, she held his hand. "You saved me, child. I can never repay that." Kunal smiled. "It's okay, Auntie. You would have done the same for someone else." She nodded. "Yes, that's what I used to teach. Do good, and good will come to you." 2 months later, life moved on. Kunal was returning home from school one evening when he found a crowd near the garage his father worked at. To see his father lying on the ground, holding his chest. "Papa!" Kunal screamed. His father had suffered a mild heart attack. Kunal didn't know what to do. His hands shook as he tried calling an ambulance, but the network was poor. Just then, a white car stopped. The window rolled down. Inside was Mrs. D'Souza, her driver at the wheel. "Kunal!" she exclaimed. Tears flooded his eyes. "It's my father," he collapsed. "Quick, get him in," she said. They rushed to St. Mary's Hospital. This time, it was Mrs. D'Souza who filled the forms, who stayed by Kunal, and who arranged the best doctor in the hospital. "You brought him in time." Hours later, as Ravi rested in a hospital bed, Kunal sat beside him, exhausted. Mrs. D'Souza placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. "Now we're even," she whispered, smiling gently. Kunal looked up, overwhelmed. "You remembered. I told you, Kunal," she said. "When you do good, life finds a way to return that kindness. Sometimes not immediately, but always when it matters most." Epilogue. Ravi recovered well. With Dr. Mehta's help and Mrs. D'Souza's support, he got a life. Sometimes, the smallest kindness can echo back in the biggest way.